Hello, guys. Welcome to today's webinar with special guest and Facebook expert, Donovan Wint. He'll be taking us through meta ads and step by step on exactly what you need to do. For those of you who are new to these webinars, we host these every month. They're free, so keep an eye on our webinar page for upcoming webinars. And any questions you have throughout this webinar, then just put them in the group chat and we'll answer them at the end of the session. So without further ado, I'll not keep you waiting any longer, Donovan. So I'll pass over to you, and if you would like to introduce yourself and yeah, go from there.
Cool. So for any of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Donovan. The presentation will explain it. The presentation will explain everything that I do, and hopefully just help you guys more than anything. But yeah, we'll just jump straight into it. So hopefully you can all see my presentation. So the aim of today is to genuinely make Facebook ads easy for you guys. Like, I'm sure you've done like courses and things in the past, or you've maybe watched free content and things in the past. But this presentation today, I'm going to aim to make Facebook ads easy for you, as I know it's a confusing thing for a lot of martial arts school owners. So that's a lot to do within half an hour. So we're going to move fast. So let's get into it. I was going to ask for you all to mute your mics. Your mics are already muted, which is awesome. So let's continue on. So first thing I want to say is thank you for joining. I am going to hopefully help you, as I said, understand Facebook ads better and how to actually get great results from Facebook. I'm going to give you the exact strategy that we use when it comes to Facebook advertising. So as long as you pay attention, as long as you write down notes, you're going to come away from this thankful that you joined, hopefully. And I want to also say thank you to Nest for hosting this webinar. I know that their goal is to help martial arts school owners with free stuff like this, which is very much in line with what I do as well, which is awesome. So my mission today is simple. I want to help you. And when I say help you, I mean, I want to help you understand the correct way to run Facebook ads, understand how to get more leads on Facebook. And overall, I want to help you understand how to stop feeling so confused when it comes to Facebook ads. Like, we're going to make Facebook ads easy today, like genuinely easy today. And we're going to make them easy because Facebook ads are easy. And that might sound a bit patronizing, but they are. Like, genuinely, when I break it down for you today, hopefully you're going to come away from this, you're going to have ads that you can launch, and you're finally going to get the results that you see everyone else getting, or you feel like everyone else is getting. So we're going to smash it. We're going to fly through this, but by the end of it, you're going to understand Facebook ads better. Now, I promise you will understand Facebook ads better 30 minutes from now, but only if you give me one thing. 1 million. Oh, no, I'm only joking. Your full attention. That's all I want. I just want your full attention, please. That means if you've got your phone, try and put your phone down. If you've got hundreds of different tabs open, you're asking ChatGPT to write you some posts for your Facebook page, just delete those tabs and just please focus on this one. Because if you pay attention to this, you will understand Facebook ads better than you ever have before from today. Literally from this one presentation, you'll understand it better than you've ever understood it before. But as I said, only if you actually pay attention to this webinar. There's no point being on this webinar if you're not going to then take in the information that's given to you. Now, before we get into this, who am I and what do I actually know about running Facebook ads? I'm going to fly through this because I know it's the most boring part of any presentation. I don't normally do this part, but I know that a lot of you guys don't actually know who I am. So it'd probably be easier for me to just quickly explain who I am and why maybe you should maybe listen. So my name's Donovan. I'm the owner of Dro. We're a martial arts growth partner, and we partner with martial arts schools to help them grow their classes. The main strategy that we use, our bread and butter, is Facebook advertising, hence why we're doing this webinar. I've helped hundreds of martial arts schools add more members to their classes, and our mission is simple. We want to make it easy for martial arts schools to grow their classes. If you pay us money, I want to make it easy for you to grow your classes. And if you don't pay us money, I want to make it easy for you to grow your classes. This is why I personally dedicate hours of my week, every single week, to free Facebook content, free YouTube videos. I know a lot of you guys have probably already watched my YouTube videos, and free live webinars like this one. designed to help you guys grow your martial arts classes, whether or not you pay us money. And my mission is to make it easy for martial arts schools to grow their classes. It's that simple. Now, one thing I will say before I get into this, if you do have any questions, just drop the questions in the chat. At the end, when I get to the end, I'll go through the questions and answer anything that you're stuck with. Just this morning, just as an example of the free stuff that I put out, literally just this morning, I got a message from 2 people, and both of them said, "Hi, I've been using your free YouTube content, and I'm now starting to understand Facebook ads better. I'm getting better results, XYZ." I get messages like this every single day. These people have never paid me a penny, but they use my free content to get more members through the door, which is absolutely awesome. Now, you may be wondering, why do I actually work with martial arts school owners? And that's a great question. And the answer is because I'm a martial artist. I feel like I relate to martial arts school owners better than anyone else on the planet because I actually understand martial arts. I've got a genuine passion for martial arts. I went to the ICO Worlds and won gold medals, 4 gold medals. I've competed, done full contact kickboxing. Some of you guys might know Garth, he's my kickboxing coach. And yeah, martial arts runs through my veins. Like I've done it since I was 5. So that's why I chose to work with martial arts school owners. And you might also be wondering, who have I actually worked with? I've worked with over 250 different martial arts school owners from the UK. Paul Gilmore just hit 1,000 members. Chris Morgan added 53 members in 30 days. Ricky Locke added 300 members across the first 8 months of working with us. Brendan, 127 members in 90 days. The point is, kind of know my stuff. But more importantly than knowing my stuff and who we've worked with is the stuff that people say about us. I almost had tears in my eyes putting this together. Like I actually can't believe the amazing stuff that people say about us. And it's because I genuinely care, like genuinely seriously care about the martial arts industry and actually helping people get results. So if you want to understand Facebook ads better, the point is you are in the right place. Cool. Now, 2 disclaimers before we get started. Disclaimer 1, when I say Facebook ads, I'm talking about meta ads. These are ads that are run on Facebook and on Instagram. I've been running Facebook ads for a while. We used to call it Facebook ads. The correct terminology is meta ads, but I still call it Facebook ads out of bad habit. But we're on about ads that run on Facebook and on Instagram. Disclaimer 2, this presentation assumes that you have already attempted to run some sort of Facebook ads in the past. But even if you haven't, this presentation will still help you 100%. It's going to give you the exact strategy that we use to get our clients lots and lots of leads coming through. Awesome. Let's get started. By the end of this, you will be able to steal my best Facebook ad strategy, the exact Facebook ad strategy that has taken us years to perfect. I'm going to give it to you. So if you're already running Facebook ads, you're going to be able to smash the Facebook ads that you're already running and beat it tenfold. We are going to move fast, so take notes if you can, take pictures. Sadly, I can't see any of your faces, so I'm not going to be able to know exactly when to move on, but I'm going to try and go fast, but also slow at the right point so you can take pictures and take notes. So let's get started. Now, before you even design your Facebook ad, you have a choice. And that choice is, what type of campaign are you going to run? And I'm not going to beat around the bush. Pretty simply, the type of campaign you want to run are lead campaigns. These are campaigns where you're trying to get people's details so you can contact them and get them booked in. Some martial arts school owners just run awareness ads. Some martial arts school owners run traffic ads and just send people to their website. These ads will get you lots of views, but you're getting the bottom of the barrel type of people being sent to the website. And what I mean by that is when you run awareness ads or when you run traffic ads, Facebook is just looking for people who are just going to go to a website and bounce back off it, or people who want to see a post but then aren't necessarily going to take action. These are not people who we want. Engagement ads, we're getting people to comment on our ads, but they're not necessarily going to take action. Like I know a lot of you guys have probably run engagement ads in the past, got hundreds of comments on the Facebook ad, but then none of those people have actually taken action, replied to the comment or replied to your message and got booked in for a class. That's because, once again, you're getting the bottom of the barrel. You're just getting people who are going to comment on the post, but not necessarily take action. You don't have an app. You don't want sales. We want lead ads. That's the type of ads you need to be running. So write that down, write leads, because by the end of this, you're going to have my exact ad strategy. Very important. Make sure you're running lead ads. Cool. We must tell Facebook exactly what we want. As a martial arts school, you want leads. It's that simple. Awesome. Now, once you get past that, it's going to ask you, do you want to send people to your website? Do you want to keep them on Facebook and get their details? Do you want to send them to your Facebook Messenger inbox? Do you want to send them to Instagram? Do you want to get phone calls from these people? Pretty simply, you want lead forms. Lead forms keep people on the platform. You'll get their name, you'll get their email address, you'll get their phone number. You can also ask additional questions as well, but it doesn't have a slow load up time like a website does. Keeps people on the platform. It's easy for you to track. You don't have to set up any crazy Facebook pixel or anything like that. Instant forms are the type of ads you want to be running, especially if you're a beginner. Websites, you can send people to your website. Most of you guys watching this, your website probably isn't optimized for that. But you can send people to your website, but it's a bit harder to track. You're going to have to set up your Facebook pixel. You're going to have to set up alternative things so you can track it properly. I'd recommend you just using lead forms, if I'm honest. Messenger ads, you can run them if you want people just filling up your messenger inbox, but when you reply, they're not going to message you back for the most part. It also means if they do disappear, you don't have any contact details to then call them or text them or anything like that. Honestly, I'd just steer clear of Messenger, Instagram, and calls and just do instant forms. It's a lot easier for you to track and it's a lot easier for you to run and actually get results. So instant forms is exactly what you want to be running. Cool. Now, before I get into how we run Facebook ads, I want you to understand the main components of a Facebook ad. And then I'm going to give you our exact strategy, as I said, so you can go away, launch better ads than you've ever launched before and get incredible results. So a Facebook ad is made up of 4 main components. One sec. A Facebook ad is made up of 4 main components. And those components are the ad copy, which is the writing above the ad, the creative, which is the image or the video, the headline, which is the little bit of writing underneath, and the call to action, which is the button that they click when they are very interested. Now, quick question before we continue, I just want you to think about the answer. Out of these 4 components, which one do you think is the most important? Cool. If you said that all 4 of these are just as important as each other, you are wrong. Creative is by far the most important part of a Facebook ad. Like, it really is the most important part of a Facebook ad. And the creative is the image or the video that you use. And it's the thing that's going to grab people's attention before they read the ad copy. It's the image or the video that's going to stop them from scrolling. The creative makes the biggest difference when it is changed. 90% of our time and energy as marketing experts and also my clients who, when they run their ads, is spent on testing new creatives. That's what we do. We just test and test new creatives. And for the most part, the ad copies, the audiences, things like that stay the same. It's the creatives that make the big difference on the results that we get. And just to actually illustrate this, here's Harris from Physical Impact. These are the ads that he was running. So as you can see, this ad here got leads for £6.4 per lead. This ad here, for every £9.81 he was spending, he got a name and an email address and a phone number. But these ads down here, for every £3.75 Harris was spending, he was getting names, email addresses, and phone numbers, so we could then get them booked in for classes. These 2 ads are 2 times better than that ad, well, almost, and 3 times better than that ad. The only difference between these 2 ads here and these 2 ads is the creative. Like, it's the creative, that's it. The ad copies were the same, the headlines were the same, the call to actions were the same, the audiences were the same. Everything about the ads were the exact same, apart from this one's a video, this one's the exact same video. I don't know why we launched it as 2, but we did. This one's an image and this one's an image, which tells us that in Harris's area, video way outperforms image, which means moving forward, Harris is just going to focus on doing videos for the most part, still test images, but for the most part, he'll focus on doing videos because he can tell that those work much better in his area. And you might be looking at that and you might be thinking £3.75 a lead, £6 a lead doesn't really make a difference. If you're getting a cost per lead at half what you usually get, you're going to get double as many leads as you usually do. You're getting it a third of what you usually get, you're going to get 3 times as many leads as you usually do. It makes a big difference. So if you want to get a cost per lead that's 2 to 3 times lower than you're already getting, we must test new creatives. And this might feel like it's going over some of your heads. By the end of this, just try and pay attention, write down notes. By the end of this, you're going to have an ad campaign that you can just copy. So please just don't switch off. Pay attention to this. By the end of this, I promise you, you're going to have an ad campaign that's going to outperform any you've ever launched before. And it's going to outperform your competitors' campaigns. So I'm going to show you how we test creatives without wasting hours building ads. Because that's one thing I know you guys worry about. You've got families, you've got friends, you've got your martial arts classes you need to run, you're trying to call all these leads, like you've got all these different things that you're trying to do. You don't have time to spend 45 hours a day on the Facebook Ads Manager. And I understand that. So this campaign strategy that I'm going to show you is not only going to outperform the campaigns that you've done in the past, but it's also going to take you less time to manage. So we can take less time to manage it and you can get better results than you've ever had before. There's no reason we can't do it. Cool. Now, for this to work, we must have an ad copy that you believe in, the writing above the ad. We must have a headline that we know works. We must have a call to action that we know works. We must have a lead form that converts and an audience targeting that works. I don't know why that rhymed. I didn't do it on purpose. But the point is, we need a good ad copy. We need a good headline. We need a good call to action. We need a good lead form. And we need to know that our audience targeting is solid before we can start testing creatives. And I know that you're probably stressing right now thinking I don't have any of that. Do not worry. Because I want this to work for you, I'm going to give you our best performer for every single one of these. So you can just take them. And then all you need to worry about is finding a good photo or a good video. That's it. Cool. So let's build your ad together. This is where you really need to write down notes, take pictures, do whatever it is that you need to do. And if you actually pay attention here, by the end of this, you're going to have a full campaign that you can launch. So this is our best ever ad copy for our kids' classes across all the ad copies that we've ever used. Cool. Take a picture, do whatever you need to do. It's very, very simple. I know you might be thinking that, and it is. It really is simple. But we've tried long ad copy, we've tried short ad copy, we've tried mid ad copy, we've tried all these different ad copies. And to be honest, usually the simpler it is, the better it actually usually works. So, for example, this one would be, hey, parents of Birmingham, this month, your child can try their first martial arts class free. Put your child's free martial arts class here. Click learn more to put your child's class. We can help your child with XYZ, XYZ. Parents of our location of Birmingham love the way we teach martial arts, so do not miss out on this opportunity. That ad copy has been used by loads of martial arts schools and works very well. So take note of that. Awesome. Great. We now have a Facebook ad copy that you can use. Next, I want you to pick a Facebook headline that you can use. Pick one of these, whichever one jumps out at you. Boost your child's confidence now, free class. Why wait? Claim a free class today, or claim your child's free class now. Pick one of these headlines, write it down, take a picture, do whatever you need to do. Just pick one of them. The headline doesn't really make that much of a difference. Rob has just asked, what if you don't offer free classes? For us personally, the best offer for us is one free class. That's what we use for most of the schools that we work with. Well, all the schools that we work with. First class free, gets them through the door. You give them an incredible class and then you turn them into a member. I don't recommend 2 weeks free. I don't recommend a month free. The time delay of them actually signing up is just too great. But getting people through the door for a free class, we find works best across all the testing that we've done. Paid trials, we've tested them in the past. The issue with that is you massively decrease the amount of people who take action on your ads to the point where in most cases it just doesn't work. But you can try this exact strategy that I'm showing you now. It will work for a paid class. You'll just, well, it won't. I think free class works best, but you can try it for a paid class, the strategy that I'm about to go through. You just have to slightly alter it. But if it doesn't work for us, we recommend a free class. That's what we find works best. Cool. Pick a headline. You now have an ad copy. You now have a headline. Awesome. Now, next, you want to pick a call to action that we can use. So you can pick sign up or you can pick learn more. I hear lots of debate about which one of these are better. As far as I can tell, it doesn't really make a difference between which one of these that you pick. Just pick one. They've got to be the same for each of the ads that we launch. Cool. Awesome. On to the next. We now have an ad copy. We now have a headline. We also have a call to action. We're going to bring all of this together very shortly. I hope you're building your ad. I hope you're taking pictures and I hope you're taking notes. Next, we want a lead form that you can actually have confidence in. So our lead form, pretty simply, is this. We get their name, we get their phone number, we get their email, we drop our privacy policy in, and we say, thanks, you're all set, and then we contact them. We don't have some over-the-top greeting with loads of information in that no one's going to read. We don't have any additional questions. We keep it pretty frictionless. But what I will say is if you find that you are getting too many leads coming through, as a lot of you probably will find, getting too many leads that you can't even keep up with them, then you can add additional questions. And if you want to add additional questions like which day works best for you, and then you just put the days that are available. So if they can't make one of those days, they'll click back off the lead form. Or you can ask questions like, what benefits are you hoping to get for your child? They have to answer that question before they can become a lead. That will filter out a lot of the time wasters. But to begin with, don't add any additional questions, don't add any extras, and keep it pretty simple, especially because for now, we just want to test our creatives and find which ad works the best. Take a picture of this, copy it, make your lead form the exact same. Cool. Now we have an ad copy, we have a headline, we have a call to action, and we have a lead form, which is awesome. We just need one more thing. We need to know who are we actually going to target with our ads. And for us, when we're targeting parents, this is who we target. We tend to target 5 kilometers from the location. We open target. By that, I mean, we don't target parents specifically. We don't do any like fitness-based specific stuff. We just leave it as men and women. And we target between the ages of 23 to 57. Now, if you are in a small town and you know for a fact that the average person would travel 8-9 kilometers to get to your class, then feel free to target a little further. But don't target further than the average person would travel. I see so many martial arts school owners targeting like 10 kilometers or 15. In fact, I see marketers targeting for martial arts school owners like 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. No one's traveling that far in 99% of locations. So don't target further just because it's going to bring your cost per lead down. We don't just want low cost leads. We want leads that are actually going to show up for classes and actually sign up. And that's not going to happen if you target too far. So we target about 5-6 kilometers. If you want to target a little further than that, because you know people will travel, feel free to do that. But the further you target out, the lower quality leads you're going to get because some of those people just aren't going to travel that far. So that's what we tend to do. Take a picture. Cool. We now have an ad copy. We've got a headline. We've got a call to action. We've got a lead form, and we've got an audience now. We've got all of these things. So we take them all, we mix them together on the Facebook Ads Manager, and this is what you'll have. You'll have an ad copy. You'll have a headline. You'll have a call to action. You'll have the lead form when they click on the ad, and you've got the correct audience targeting in place for your ad. Paul asked, if you're running a ladies kickboxing class, would you just select ladies instead of men and women? Yes, definitely, Paul. If you're running a ladies only thing, yes, target ladies. You don't need to target men and women. But leave it as open targeting. And by that, I mean, don't do like the fitness specific or anything like that. Awesome. And this is what you'll now have. So if you've took note of all of these and you put them together on the Facebook Ads Manager, you'll have an ad copy, a headline, a call to action, and you'll have all of these things in place, and you'll almost have your first ad. We have an ad, almost. We still need a creative. And with the creative, we can't assume what's going to work. This is far too important to guess. A creative is so important for an ad, and it makes or breaks the ad. We can't just take an image, throw it on, press go, and hope for the best. That isn't going to work. The reason I've given you all these is because we're going to find which creative works best in your area. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that. So you might be wondering, how do we find a winning creative? And we test. And I'm going to give you the exact testing strategy that we use. It's super easy to do. So let's get into it. So how do we test? I'll show you. So what I'd want you to do is once you've got this ad, I'd want you to duplicate it 3 times. So you've got 4 ads that are the exact same. The audience targeting is the same. The call to action is the same. The headline's the same. The ad copy is the same. The lead form it's connected to is the same. Everything about these ads are the exact same. And then from there, I want you to take 4 creatives for those ads. So just as examples, our 4 creatives here, we've got a collage that we made on Canva. It says kids martial arts. It's got pictures of 4 different, pictures of kids on the ad. We've got this one here, which is an image ad. We've got a Nest image. I know Nest give you guys images that you can use every single month or every couple of months. So you can take one of those and try that. And then on top of that, you can also try a video ad on top. The point is you want all 4 of these creative types to be completely different. So don't just take 4 different pictures you've taken in class and use those as your 4 different ads, because those aren't different enough to actually learn from them. You want the types of ads to be completely different. Like if this collage did the best, we know collages work really well. If this video did the best, we know videos work really, really well. If this did well, we know that just simple images work well. If this did really well, we know that, the Nest images that Nest are giving us, we can try them every single month. But whichever one of these work the best, it's going to tell us something and we're going to learn from it. So we want to take these 4 creatives, we want to take these 4 ads that we've got, and we want to mix them together on the ads manager. And from that, this is what you'll have. You'll have ad number 1, ad number 2, ad number 3, and ad number 4. Everything about these ads are the exact same, other than the creative. So it means that if one of these outperforms all the others, we know it's down to the creative. If the ad copy is different on all of your ads, the creative is different on all of the ads, the headline's different on all of your ads, the targeting is different on all of your ads, when one of them performed well, you don't know why it performed well. As this way, we know it's down to the creative because we've stopped all of the variables. And this is how we run ads, and this is how our clients run ads. From there, you want to split your daily budget between all of them. You're wondering what sort of budget you should spend. We recommend at least £5 per day on each ad, which means you'll be spending £20 a day for the first few days. But then once you've found which one works the best and which ones aren't working well, you can turn off the losers. So then at that point, you're going to be spending less just on the ones that have worked the best. So for example, if this one didn't work well and this one didn't work well, but these 2 got really low cost per leads, then we just leave these ones on and we turn these ones off. It's that simple. How some of you guys would have run ads in the past is you'll create one ad, you'll launch it, it doesn't work, and you scratch your head, you're confused, you don't know why it didn't work, and you'll just turn it off. This way may take a little bit longer to build in the first place, but then it's going to actually show you which ones work the best. So you can just turn off your losers, and managing it moving forward is way easier. We've had another question. And okay, there we are. Cool. Awesome. Now, that is how we run Facebook ads that actually win. And I guarantee your competitors are not running ads in this way. And it's the reason why they could probably spend twice as much as you, but you could launch ads like this and get more leads than them. Like genuinely can make that much of a difference. So this is our secret as to how we get cost per leads of between £1 and £4 per lead on average. We test, we find the best creative in the area, and then we just put it all on the winner. So to recap, a proven ad copy, a proven headline, proven targeting, a proven call to action, and your winning creative in your area will equal lots of leads for you. Once you've found your winner, you just leave it on. You don't need to mess with it. You don't need to do anything with it. You can just leave it alone once you've found your winner. Turn off your losers and just put money into the one that's actually working. If you are currently running Facebook ads, copy what I've showed you in this presentation today, and you will get more leads for less. Like I can guarantee that. I can say that with like that many. We have that many clients that come and work with us that they launch the ads in this exact way and cut their leads by at least half. That I know for a fact that if you copy this strategy and you're not already doing it, you'll do the same. Schools that implement our Facebook ad strategy usually drop their cost per lead by at least half because you actually find what works in your area. And as I said before, just in case you don't realize what that actually means, if you drop your cost per lead by half, it means you could spend half as much money as you're spending right now and get just as many leads, or spend the same as what you're spending right now and get double as many leads. This is an incredible strategy. And if you copy it, you're going to get amazing results, which means they get more leads, obviously, which is incredible. It's incredible. This strategy is absolutely amazing, but it isn't the entire picture. It isn't. And I've got nothing to sell you. I'm not going to sell you anything, but I don't want you to think that leads are everything, because so many marketers bang on about leads like they're everything when they're not everything. What I've showed you today is how you can get more leads. You'll get more people turning from strangers to becoming actual leads. They'll give you their names, their email address, and their phone numbers, and you'll get more leads, which is awesome. But you still need to turn that lead into a conversation. You still need to turn that conversation into a booking. You still need to get that person to actually show up for the class, and you still need to actually get that person to then sign up when they come through the door. And I think that's the problem with so many martial arts schools. So many martial arts schools focus on this bit here. You focus on running better Facebook ads to get leads, which is awesome. You want leads, you want loads more leads, you want to spend less on your leads. You really do. But when these leads come through, make sure you call them, make sure you text them. I know Nest are putting in a system in place where they can help you with that side of things. Make sure you've got that in place. You want to contact these leads and actually get them to conversate with you. From there, you then want to turn that conversation into a booking. So make sure you actually just ask a few questions, a few simple questions, how old's your child, which day works best for you, and get them booked in for a class. When they're booked in for the class, make use of confirmations and reminders. I know Nest system, you can send automated confirmations and reminders when they've been booked in. Make use of them so they actually show up for the class. There's no point getting low cost leads if you haven't got your confirmations and reminders in place to actually get them to show up when they've been booked in. And then when they come through the door, give them a great class and actually put effort into signing them up. Don't just let them walk out and send them an email and hope they respond to the email. Try and sign them up on the day if they love the class that much. Because if you're not putting effort to actually sign people up, you're doing yourself a disservice spending so much to get the leads in the first place. And that's what my YouTube channel could probably help you with, to be honest. If you want to take a picture, I've got a YouTube channel. It's completely, obviously free. I don't sell anything on there. It's literally just created to help martial arts school owners get better results. It will help you with how to launch Facebook ads better. It will also help you get better lead quality. It will show you how to sign people up better. The channel is literally created with martial arts school owners in mind. And I have school owners all the time messaging me saying that they've used this channel to add more members to their classes. The ones that I showed you at the start, they were using this. I had a message from a guy called Joe the other day. He was in a position where he was going to have to close his school because he didn't have enough members. Came across my YouTube channel. He's used the free content on there alone, and his dojo is almost full. So take note of this YouTube channel. It's got loads of free content on there for you. But as I was saying, like, I don't want to scare you. We need leads, but don't just put effort into getting leads. Make sure you put effort into actually converting these people into signups, because leads don't pay your bills, members do. And there's so many marketers who bang on about getting your leads. Please remember that you then need to turn these leads into bookings and into show-ups and into signups, because that's where your money actually comes from, and that's where your growth actually comes from. And there's so many martial arts school owners where they're trying to bring their cost per lead down, but they're not putting the effort into actually get these people through the door. Make sure you've got a strategy to get people through the door when they become leads. Any questions?
Well, thank you for that, Donovan. That was really insightful, and yeah, just really good. So I think we've had a couple of questions in the group. So we've had, if you run different areas per town, would you run ads for each?
It depends on how far each area is. So if you have, if the towns are close enough to each other that people could go to each location, then you could run it as one. But if those ads are very, very far away from each other, then you definitely want to run them as separate ads, because they're going to be completely separate people, completely separate results, completely separate lead forms probably, and a completely separate follow-up. So yeah, you'd probably want to separate them if they're that far away that people couldn't cross-train.
Mhm. We have another one from Kevin. Do you let Meta Ads manage distribute the budget across your ads, or do you put the same amount into each ad?
Same budget across each of the ads. So you don't want Facebook to choose the budget at this stage, because we want it to be a fair test. The only difference between these ads is the creative that we're running. So if you let Facebook put £35 into one and £4 into another, we haven't done a fair test. So manually choose the budget, make sure it's the same for all of them. And then when you've got your winners, if you want to let Facebook choose at that point, fine. But first, manually choose the budget.
Cool. Rob said, what's your view on stock imagery versus using your own? What performs better?
Test it. Test it. It's a crap answer. I know you don't like that answer, but we've had some ads that have smashed it. In fact, I can actually show you one of them. We've had ads that have absolutely smashed it, that we've had clients turn around and say, I was going to ask you to take that down. Like there's ads that will work really, really well that we never thought would work. So as a good marketer, I try not to assume something's going to work or isn't going to work. So test it. But this is the ad that I'm talking about. This is one of the best performing ads we've ever launched. And it's shit. It's awful. But it genuinely is one of the best performing ads we've ever launched, and we wouldn't have found that if we didn't test it. So if you've got stock image, try stock image. If you've got photos of your classes, try photos. If you've got videos, try videos. If you haven't got videos, get videos, and just try all these different things. And when you've found what works in your area, you can do more of that.
We've also got a question from Elliot. How much money do you recommend per month on ads?
To start with, realistically, the strategy that we say, like £4 or £5 a day on each ads, you want to be spending like 16 to £20 a day. But then once you've found your winner, up to you what you want to spend. If you want to spend £4 a day because that's all you can afford, spend £4 a day. If you can spend £5,000 a month on ads and you're getting results and you're not just blindly spending, spend £5,000 a month on ads. It's up to you. Just make sure they're actually converting into members and you're not just getting leads for the sake of it.
And we've also had we've sort of answered the question from Alison, but the second part of it is how long should you leave before making a decision to cut out any dead ads?
So we'd say 2 to 3 days is what I say as a benchmark. But if you click on the ads manager and you can see that one or two are smashing it and the other one isn't, or the others aren't, then you can make a decision earlier. So Harris, who I used as the example earlier, we launched 4 campaigns before. Well, he did. I'm claiming his work here. He did. And he got 2 ads that were getting like £1 a lead and the other 2 hadn't got any leads. And we were only on like the start of day 2. It's pretty obvious at that point which ads are winning. So if it's super obvious, you can do it earlier, but as a benchmark, 2 to 3 days.
And also to bear in mind that Facebook has a learning phase for when you do adverts. So there'll be a couple of days where it's learning and stuff. So this is from when it's live for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Martin's asked, is there an ideal duration for videos?
Once again, test it. What we've found is super straight to the point videos usually work the best. So for example, one of the ads that my clients hate that we make them do is we get them to record their face and say, hi, parents of area. I just wanted to jump on here quickly and tell you about our kids' classes. We're going to give you a free class if you come on down. Click the button around this video. Those videos, we found the ones that are like 20 seconds long massively outperform the longer performers. So things that are always straight to the point because everyone's attention span's awful, usually work the best. But once again, test it. Test the creatives. Use the ad copies I've given you. Use everything that I've given you. Try a long video, try a short video and find out for yourself in your area what works the best. I'd assume the shorter one will.
Yeah, totally. Definitely our attention span has definitely dropped massively, hasn't it, since all this social. We've just had another one. So I've generated good CPL in the past, but have a huge drop off in conversion to showing up to class. How many times do you advise calling, following up on leads?
You're not going to like this answer. So there's a rule in marketing, and this is going to sound really over the top to all of you. There's a rule in marketing called, I can't remember, I think it's called 7 touch point rule. Basically, it takes 7 touch points on average to get someone to respond to your business. On average, it takes 7 touch points. So if you're calling and texting less than 7 times, you're not doing good enough to hit the average. So realistically, 7 touch points is what we recommend. But I don't recommend that you do that manually because that's ridiculous. There's so many marketers out there where they'll run ads for you, they'll give you leads, and then they'll get you to chase them down. That's too much work for you who's got a family and people you want to see on a day-to-day basis. And those are going to snowball. So if you get 3 leads on day 1 and 2 of them don't reply, 2 of those have gone over to the next day, going to continue doing that to a point where you've just got too many leads. So you want an automated system in place that's going to follow up with these leads. We do that. I know Nest, you guys have built one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Within obviously most of you guys probably use Nest. So put an automated system in place that follows up with these leads at least 7 times, which sounds over the top, but I promise you it is actually needed.
Yeah, our system, our MyMA system, you can set up automated communications, whether it's email, text, and you can set up a whole kind of, you can set up those 7 touch points if you wanted to, whether you wanted it to wait an extra day or two and put them in through all these kind of funnels to allow them to convert to being a student. So there's lots of information on that if any of you guys want to dive into that more for any Nest clients that we have, and obviously any non-Nest clients. We have lots to offer for you guys as well, but in the meantime, if any of you guys have got any other questions, please speak up. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up if.
Just circling back to Rob, your question again.
Yeah,
Also on top of that, if it's that people aren't showing up, make sure you've got enough confirmations and reminders in place. So don't just have it where you talk to them on the phone and say, "See you Thursday," and that's it. I don't know if that's the case, but and that's it. We send a confirmation as soon as they've been booked in. We send a reminder 2 days before the class, a reminder a day before the class, and a reminder the day of the class. We really go overboard to make sure these people show up. There's no point spending money on Facebook ads and getting leads if you're not haven't got any systems in place or aren't going to put any systems in place to then get them to become members. You're just throwing money out the window, and I'll just throw it to me instead. I'll have it. Like, there's no point wasting money if we're not going to convert them into members.
yeah. Good words of wisdom there to end the webinar on. So if there's no more questions, oh, just getting in there, last minute, Vincent. What would be the best way to get in contact with you, Al? Okay, so
I'm
we've
on,
got, yeah,
awesome. I'm on Facebook. Just type in Donovan Wint on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm in loads of
he's
places.
everywhere.
I'm everywhere. To be fair, I do have a link where if you wanted to book a call and have a chat, I can drop that in.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just you can shoot me a message on Facebook. I'll drop a link just in the chat now if you do want to book a call and have a actual call like this with me. Um, but I've got a very busy week, so it might be later in the week.
Great, perfect. And also this webinar has been recorded and will be up on Nest's YouTube channel. So if you've missed anything or you want to rewatch it or make any additional notes, then that'll be available to watch. I'll also pop in the details to get in touch with Donovan as well. But thank you very much for telling us everything you can on Facebook strategy. It's been very insightful, and I hope everyone's learnt a lot, and hopefully they'll go away and put on some pretty good adverts to get loads of leads. So thank you for that. That was really good. And hopefully we'll speak to you and see you again soon.
Thank you for having me on. I do genuinely appreciate it. The reason, just so everyone knows, the reason why I actually wanted to do this is because I see the stuff that Nest are doing as well. Like, you guys are putting on so much free stuff for martial arts school owners, helping people, genuinely helping people. And I feel like that's very in line with what I try and do as well.
Yeah, exactly. We want to provide for the martial arts community. So perfect. Right.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.